Welcome everyone to the Tellico Village Golf Talk. I'm Len Willis, your host, and with me as always is Chris Sykes, Director of Golf here at Tellico Village.
Thank you,
Hi,
Len.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
You know, the weather's been wonderful here. It's April, May, the end of the first quarter. How are we doing? Is golf still as busy as it had been?
We've picked up steam. So, the first quarter is the most unpredictable of the seasons with the winter, early spring, and we've had more extremes than normal. We've had more freeze delays. We had a lot of snow days early in the winter, so we actually lost 16 days of golf and another 25 days that were impacted because of weather, which is a little more than normal. But all the while, we've been incredibly busy. We've had some good quality days for golf too, so we're still just remaining as busy as ever and breaking records.
I see a lot of people out my window every day coming by. It just seems like it never stops. It never stops because population in Tellico Village is growing, and we are providing 3 wonderful golf courses for them to enjoy, and they are enjoying them. Does it appear to be looking into the next quarter, into the next future? How do the prospects look as far as going?
Just fantastic, and just to give you an update on rounds, unbelievably, 2021 was a record year by a long shot, by a big margin. So 2022 year to date, our total rounds for the year are identical, which is crazy. The mix is entirely different.
Yes.
Guest members and so on and so forth, but the grand total is identical, and we are some almost 3,500 rounds ahead of budget. So golf just continues to boom in every area, with respect to play, the ability to get a tee time, all our league play, all our leagues and groups are busting at the seams. So all our events fill up in a matter of hours, and everything's just busy. Our player development programming is lacking. We need to grow those, so it's a challenge there. Merchandise sales are really good, so everything is just incredibly busy in golf, and we really don't see any end in sight.
I agree with you. One of the concerns that I might have is that how does that affect our golf courses? I mean, we have so much play on them, but I mean, when I go out and I look at it, they look in great condition, so y'all must be doing something right.
They are, and our guys do a phenomenal job, and all the while we're managing, the busyness and the record busyness, and how we can adjust and continue to improve the golf experience, and we've made some drastic changes there. It's very much a challenge. It's a good problem, for sure, but for sure there's a byproduct as well with respect to the impact on our golf courses, and we're launching a course care campaign entitled Tellico Pride. Okay, and number one, Len, would be the impact of all the additional play in golf cars. So we love our new golf carts, state of the art. They're fantastic, and they enable us to better care for the golf course and obviously the positive impact they have in the golf experience. But as much as we love our new golf cars, the most damaging thing to a golf course is a golf cart.
I understand that because everyone doesn't stay where they're supposed to stay.
It's just, and more of them, more cars. So something that where we could use your help with respect to our golf car use is making sure that we get back to the old standard of 1 cart per twosome, 2 carts per foursome. That became a little lax through the pandemic. We're going to start enforcing that here at some point. So we need your help in that regard. And that'll reduce the wear and tear, because while we're doing record rounds, if everybody's taking their own car, that's just that much more wear and tear.
Yes.
And so it's super critical that we abide by all our cart, traffic controls, placards, and obviously we built a lot of that into the new golf cart technology. But, number one, course care would be how we use our golf cars. And when you park, make sure you put all 4 tires on the cart path. You don't straddle the edge of the cart path. That's just going to lead to additional wear. And I had a good boss tell me one time, his saying was, if you drive where there's good grass, you'll always have good grass. So if you're not paying attention, you got the blindfolds on and you're just racing around and you keep driving the same path everybody else drove, well, then you're going to end up with a bare spot.
Exactly. So it's a combination of things. Wet areas, you get off the cart path you know, and you get a 6-8 inch hole in the ground, and that's not easy to overcome. So stay on the cart paths, you know, when you need to be, and like I agree totally. And I have to catch myself when I'm pulling up to a green,
Yeah.
and you know, having a wheel off the cart path, you know, but I'm trying to get better at that,
Yeah,
and everybody needs to think about that.
It's just the awareness.
Be aware of it at all times. So let's go into other areas that they might use. We've always talked about repairing ball marks. Any additional information or news you would like to give out as far as ball marks?
Yeah, and again, Tellico Pride is our course care
Yes.
campaign, and we're going to have a series of videos about each of these areas and do's and don'ts. But obviously, with increased play, increased cart rounds, we have increased ball marks. In spite of whether or not we have good players playing or not. I mean, if your ball lands on the green, it left a mark, so you need to fix it. But most importantly, and that's something you can reference in our course care videos, is how to repair your ball mark, because an improperly repaired ball
Doesn't
mark
work.
will take longer to heal itself than if you did nothing at all. So if you did nothing at all, somebody else may repair it properly, or the golf maintenance staff may repair it properly. But if you repaired it improperly, which is prying up, never pry up.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of ball mark repair tools are built with with the intention of you to pry up. So never do that. You always want to pull it in, and if you do so carefully, with a little effort, you can almost completely repair the ball mark, and there's nothing there really to let grow in. But an improperly repaired ball mark is the worst.
Well, that sounds simple, but
It is,
I think it's simple to do that, but it's also a lot of people that didn't know that
For sure.
that about pulling up versus pulling down.
And again, it's just natural to pull up. You want to smooth the surface, especially if you're putting over it, but you want to pry and pull in. So again, check out that course care video.
And again, with Tellico Pride, bunkers. You know, I honestly, if I'm in a bunker now, everyone needs to look around. Did someone else leave a mark in the bunker or whatever? So always rake it before you leave. And if there's other areas in the bunker that need raking, go ahead and do that too. I mean, you shouldn't have to, but there are other areas in the bunker. So I think our bunkers can be, if you ever hit in one and you find yourself in a hole in the bunker, then that's
nobody to blame but yourself. And the
That's
thing
it,
is,
yeah.
if you recall, we've renovated all the bunkers at Toqua in the mid-2010s, I think 15, 16, 17, and then we did the bunkers at Tenasseee. Those are all renovated now, and we're halfway into the project at Kahidi. So of our 54 holes of golf, 45 have perfect bunkers. Yeah. So there's no excuse. If you get in there, if you have some ability to get out, you should have no problem, because our bunkers are perfect as a bunker can be, because if you remember, it is a hazard.
Yeah.
But the next step is just making sure that you rake, but not only you rake it with a little effort and intensity to get it smooth. You don't just drag the rake behind you as you're walking out. And something else we would like for you to do, another area where you can help us, is when you're finished raking it, put the bunker rake in the bunker. The rules of golf afford you relief if your ball ends up against the bunker, in the bunker. But we want the rake in the bunker. That helps our maintenance staff, the efficiency of our maintenance staff.
Yes.
And ideally, put it in line with play, not perpendicular with play. That way, there's less possibility of a ball coming to rest or impacting the flight of the ball, the roll of the ball with the bunker rake. So for sure, just work at it a little bit.
So a rule: if you go in the bunker and the rake's where it should be, but your ball does come up against the rake, what should the person do?
You move the rake, and if your ball moves, you place the ball back.
Okay, you place it not where it ends up.
Correct.
Just put it back where it was.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about filling of divots after every shot? Again, our carts all have sand containers in them, so we need to do that. And I see people every day not doing that.
For sure. And a good portion of our population's from the Northeast or the Midwest, where you may have had a cool season grass. So in those parts of the world, the rule is to fill your divot with the divot. Well, that's not how we do it in the South when we have Bermuda grass. You want to just get rid of those shrouds, and you want to fill that divot back with the sand that's on your golf car, and do so. It's just a matter of a function of smoothing the divot out. and then the Bermuda grass will grow right back in. So it's just a top dressing element.
Okay. So don't put the divot back in the hole.
Do not.
Put sand in it.
Correct.
Okay. Your crew, your staff, your groundskeepers, when they're out working, are we doing a good job cleaning up the course, keeping debris off the course? Or
I think so, but again, we have a zero tolerance.
okay.
And that's, again, where we need your help. I mean, I find myself when I'm walking through the parking lot at the grocery store, I may bend over and pick up some trash just because I'm accustomed to doing it here. And one of the areas that some folks don't do as good a job on, we don't see cups or McDonald's bags or anything like that typically in the parking lot, once in a blue moon. But cigarette butts and cigar butts, that's trash as well. So for you smokers out there, just help us and dispose of your butts properly.
Good. Okay, so remember, Tellico Pride is a new name for what we're trying to do to, again, make the course even better than they are. I mean, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you for support.
Golf calendar, again, on our website, and what is that again?
GolfTellicoVillage.com.
GolfTellicoVillage.com. We'll have all the information about any calendar, any scheduled event, anything about our golf here in Tellico Village is on the website. So make sure you use that. We recently had our club champions, senior club champions. Mm-hmm. How did that work out?
Phenomenal weekend for the event, the best weather we've had all year, and a lot of great champions. So in the senior flight, which is ages 55 to 64, Mr. Jim Kennedy won. Super senior flight, somebody that's won before, most sure, and beat me in my club championship when I was just a kid. In the super senior flight with Mr. Dan Dent.
Yes.
That's 65 to 74. The Legends Division, you're a legend, Len, but okay. I don't know if you qualify for the Legends Division, but the Legends Division, 75 to 79 is Joey Jubert. And the Masters Division, it's shocking to find out that Larry was this old, but Mr. Larry Denny won the Legends Division, 80 and up. And we have some ladies that participate as well, and Miss Noe McKay won the Ladies Division.
Larry doesn't seem to be that old.
No, he's winning. He is for sure winning. He's okay. A treasure.
I heard something, I was riding around the other day, and I heard on, I think, the sports channel about a demo day here. So,
yeah.
So what's are we? I know we're having one,
mm-hmm.
so it seems like we're doing a pretty good job of publicizing it as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just, we have access to that, and that's part of our partnership with those folks. But, we had it scheduled for the Friday of Masters Week, and if you remember, even at Augusta, it was really cold. So we had horrible weather, so we had to bag it and reschedule it. We couldn't get all the partners together, but we've got a pretty good schedule coming up. So Friday, June 3rd at Toqua from noon to 5, we have Ping and TaylorMade. And then the following Friday, on June 10th, we have Titleist and Callaway. Okay. So we were able to break them up a little bit, but we'll still have the sports animal out there doing a live remote one of those days, and we'll give away free burgers and hot dogs and non-alcoholic beverages. So we're still going to make a big day of it. We can't do what we had originally planned. Mother Nature didn't cooperate, but still it's going to be a great event.
So it's now over 2 Fridays, June 3rd, June 10th, both at Toqua, from 12 to 5.
Yes, sir.
No need. Do you need to register or anything?
And that's all been publicized, and we'll be going back out again for sure. It's best if you pre-register to make sure you get a spot and get the hands-on attention from our golf professionals and our vendors.
Okay. One of the things that I've always prided myself in living in Tellico Village is that when we host something that's a statewide type event, and we've done that over the years, not as much as we seem to be doing it now, and I understand we have something coming up.
Yeah, and again, it's just a testament to our world-class golf and how good Tellico Village golf is and how highly regarded and thought of we are. The Tennessee Golf Association asked us earlier in the year if we were interested in hosting the senior and the super senior floorball championships, which we immediately said yes, because that's our demographic, that's our wheelhouse, a great event. So that's coming up in May, the week of May 9th through 13th. But in addition to that, we're going to also host, and that's going to be at Toqua. At Kahidi in the fall, we're going to host the Women's Mid-Am and Senior Am. So they asked us about those events, and that's two of the state's major events. So it's really an honor and privilege to even be considered in addition to hosting those events. So we're super excited about it.
Well, it's good that we can do that, and that they want to do it.
For sure, yeah.
Without a
it's
doubt.
it's a testament to how good our golf is.
One of the biggest, if not the biggest, event that we host for ourselves during the year is the Red Tail Hawk Invitational, which is basically the member guest tournament, but that's the name of it now, the Red Tail Hawk, which I like. What date is that coming up?
June 15th through the 18th, and we're looking forward to another awesome event. So we've added some flavor with the new permanent trophy that's on display at Kahidi.
Oh, that's pretty. Jed Ellis really likes it.
they won it last year, and that's where we displayed it because they live out there. And this year we're going to have a replica miniature version of that for our overall champions. Okay. So that's super exciting.
Okay. One of the things that I keep hearing talk about every year is the junior golf camp. I know we're going to have it again this year, and I think it is scheduled for the middle of July, July the 11th through the 15th.
All that information is on the website. We've sent blasts out about it, and it's one of the best things we do every year.
Oh yeah, and I think I know that your pros and your people seem to enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it's a big week. It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
And they're tired afterwards, especially when they get dunked in the dunk tank. But it's a lot of fun.
So when you've got children or grandchildren that they're looking for something to do and you would like them up here, July the 11th through 15th is a junior golf camp, and they will enjoy it. So
sure.
It's on the website at any of the course. You can find out the information. Thank you. And again, everything that we've talked about, and we've left off, I think, 35 events already, but I'm joking, is at golftellicovillage.com.
Yeah, one other one, the beautification event.
Okay.
We just had that recently, and in spite of some suspect weather, we still secured a full field. We had a few groups drop, but really the mission was to raise funds for our beautification committees, and we raised over $6,000.
Ooh. So, and that's the
awesome.
committee where each course has one.
Correct.
And the Tellico Village in general has a beautification committee as well for the village, but these are the golf beautification committees.
That's correct. Yeah,
for the
$6,000, so it was awesome.
That'll work well. A lot of mulch and stuff.
Well, a lot of flowers. We'll keep making things look better, look pretty.
I noticed that there's a lot of bunker work going on at Kahidi, so I assume that's the work on the other 9 to complete that out.
So the back 9 part of the project has started. We concluded the front 9, finished it in 21 this year's. The plan was to do the back 9. So we started on hole 18, which is the most involved golf hole in the back 9, most bunkers. And they're making tremendous headway. It's just going to be a phenomenal improvement and impact to the playability, the sustainability, just the look and feel. So we're super excited about how that hole is shaping up and getting that project going. And again, we'll have that project buttoned up, and then 6 weeks or so afterwards, we'll be hosting that state event. So it's just an opportunity to show off everything that we're doing here in Tellico Village with golf.
So planning everything. I'm really impressed with the ability. You've got to look 2-3 years into the future. Like this is coming here. Yeah, this is coming here. Then we've got to get this ready. So to get that ready, we've got to start doing that here. And it's a very the logistics of it.
Very fluid.
Is very important.
Yeah, no question about
it. There's several other little things you're going to do at each of the courses. I understand there's water dispensers. Would you like to go over some of those items?
Yeah, ice water dispensers, we're putting those in. They're on order. So as soon as they get here, we'll hopefully have them installed at each of the 3 clubhouses. And that's something that we've needed for some time. So we want to have them in place by the time we get hot. And we've got pressure washers we're in the process of installing now for our new golf cars. We got a number of equipment replacement projects, and then we're doing a lot of long-range planning with long-range planning committee, the golf advisory committee, the board of directors. So the new CCI land acquisition affords us some opportunities, hopefully to set ourselves up for the future and take advantage of the golf boom and just the general boom in Tellico Village.
A question I just thought about a year or so back when. What was the name of the equipment that you could come in and make a reservation and test your swing and all that?
TrackMan.
TrackMan. Is that still ongoing? Is that
for sure.
Was that successful?
And those will be on full display on demo day, and we do fittings most every day. So we have the ability to do all that ourselves with that technology, and it's a teaching aid. And if you know, my daughter who plays competitive golf, I put her on it a weekend or so ago just to get her yardages dialed.
Okay.
So if you go to any PGA Tour event, they've all got their own. And from site to site, from stop to stop, you know, they calculate their yardages so they're dialed in, because obviously a yard or two can mean, you know, millions of dollars to those guys. So
Great.
take advantage of the technology.
So before we close, any other item of importance that you feel like mentioning?
No, just, you know, we're all in this together. We have so much to be proud of in Tellico Village Golf, and our new slogan is One Tellico Village Golf, and we're all in this together, and that's where we need your help with Tellico Pride and course care, because we're all working on this together. And again, we have so much to be proud of with our golf courses, and we just want to make sure that we take care of them as best as possible and continue to provide the absolute best possible golf experience.
Thank you, Chris. And now, first of all, I want to thank Tellico Village Network for all the work they do for not only us, but for the entire village. They are really an asset to Tellico Village. Thank you, Tellico Village Network. So all of you watching, y'all have a great time, and we'll see you next month.
Tee it up, Tellico Village.